Hello YouTube, welcome to the Divine Physiques Mindset Series episode number 1. Today I welcome a very special guest by the name of Jessy Whitman, who's just recently signed up for coaching with myself. And the reason why I've brought Jessy on today was because she's lost a huge amount of weight and she keeps herself accountable daily by keeping a daily vlog on her Instagram stories, posts about her journey and trains twice a day most days. So today I'm going to ask her questions around her mindset, what makes her tick, and hopefully you too can be inspired by Jessy's journey. So I just want to thank you for tuning in and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Awesome. So I just wanted to give a big warm welcome to Jessy on the Mindset Series today. And so Jessy, basically what I'd love for you to do is just take us back before your fitness journey started. What was life like for you before you got full on into fitness and having lost all of your weight?
Sure. So I've been overweight my whole life. It's all I've ever known. And I can remember being in primary school and wearing a size 24 skirt. That is no word of a lie at age 12. I've been to dietitians and nutritionists and sports dietitians and doctors and endocrinologists pretty much my whole entire life. Yep. And I had one of my best friend's engagement parties in 2012, and she had said to me that I would be her maid of honor. Yep. So I just set this goal of losing 20 kilos for her engagement party, and from there it just rolled on and continued. And I'd started out just walking between 5 and 15 Ks a day. Yep. So anywhere between 50 and 70 kilometers a week. Wow. And it changed the way that I thought about health and fitness. I got a job at a gym. And unfortunately, taking on everyone else's problems and associations and habits with food as a food coach, I wasn't mentally ready for that. So I put my stuff.
Jessy, what was your role at this gym?
I was a food coach. Right. So we had plans that we essentially just had to talk through with clients. But where I had PTs and stuff coming in and asking me for help because I'd started studying health science. Yeah. I was taking on board everyone else's crap, really, and I wasn't looking after myself at the same time when I really should have been. I lost focus and I ended up leaving the gym because it just wasn't for me. I then put on the 45 kilos that I'd lost. Yep. Over a period of a couple of years. And in that couple of years, it was such a up and down journey in the sense that I never really stopped training. My biggest thing has just always been food. So 2014, I was at uni studying health science. I deferred uni because I'd booked a ticket to the US. Mm-hmm. My auntie passed away the day before my birthday. The day before I left for the US, yep. I put in an offer on a house and I bought that house when I was 4 days into my trip, 3 or 4 days into my trip. I was away for Christmas and New Year's on my own, so I was kind of emotional in that sense, you know, only being 24 to 25 years of age. Yeah. And my first big trip at that. Yep. And then when I got back from the States, I had about 5 or 6 weeks before I moved into my house. I got a new job with someone who I thought was a friend. Yep. And that friend, her behaviors and attitude towards life in general was just really, really negative. And
I saw this once you started working with her. You're really starting to see it.
Yeah.
I think working with friends, and I've worked with friends as well, unfortunately it can bring out the worst in people and you have to see that and it can really tarnish your friendship. So
100%.
I try and
where I had been working there for about 12 months. Yep. Obviously our friendship continued, but it changed because we went quite sporadic to 40 hours a week. And everything that I ever kind of divulged to her as a friend outside of work, I actually ended up taking her and my last employer to WorkSafe for bullying and harassment. That's how much it escalated. And everything I ever divulged to her as a friend, she used in her statement against me. So where I had left that last place of employment, I had about 4 months time off before getting my new job. Yep. And I cut off a lot of people in that time frame, really shut out a lot of the negativity that I had going on, and I spent a lot of time on my own, yep, in my head in particular.
It's pretty understandable though, considering what you went through. I mean, you probably got so put off and scarred by people that you just threw your walls high up and didn't really allow anyone in at that stage.
Yeah. The job that I did end up getting, I actually applied for it twice. The first time I got knocked back, don't know why, but I'm a big believer in the sense that everything happens for a reason. And since having got that job, I've been there for 2 years now. The opportunities that I've had, my life's just gone from literally 0 to 100 in the last 18 months to 2 years. So where I had been at rock bottom in that period in between jobs, I had mortgage mounting up, I had other bills and stuff mounting up. It literally was being at rock bottom. And I feel as though that I needed to get there in order to make this transition into putting myself first again.
Yeah. So when you said you applied for the job twice, I'm just curious here, what was the time frame between first and second application?
I think it was about a month.
And what happened in that month that you think you got it the second time and not the first time? Mentally for you, do you think?
I started changing my mindset. So rather than just wanting a job, I needed a job.
Yep.
And sounds weird, but I was putting it out there to the universe, and just really drawing on that positive energy. Yep. And I know with like spiritualism and everything, they talk about vibrations and everything. Mm-hmm. I've been told that my vibration has just gone from, it's skyrocketed. And I know that when you are operating on such a high that things do just go right for you. And that's exactly how I feel.
Very true indeed. Massive believer of universe and spirituality. So you can talk about this stuff all day long, and I won't call it woo-woo. I won't knock it because my life has taken a very, very spiritual path indeed. So it's good. It's definitely true when you are in sync with, I suppose, your true self, and you're in a very positive flow. The universe does shift in your favor. So they really, the saying of "be careful what you wish for" certainly rings true. Yeah. So when did the penny drop for you then? And when did you decide it was time to sort of lose all the weight? So you had your operations, was it 5 or 6 years ago?
So I had the operation March last year.
Right. Okay.
So I'd done it all on my own previously. And the penny dropped in that 4-month period where I had off, where food really became the crutch that I really leaned on. Where I was having, down days, I'd just go for food. It was my drug of choice. It was easy. It was convenient. It gave me the happy high that I wanted. And I just got to a point where I was like, enough is enough. I can't keep living like this. And I guess I'm my own worst enemy, where I want the best for myself, and if I had have continued on that journey, I would never have achieved or done the things that I have done, or would ever imagine doing. So if I hadn't had opted for, the almost most extreme point of going down the line of weight loss surgery, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I suppose now you've had some great success in the last, say, 18 months. What sort of tools and strategies do you apply every single day to help you keep focused? Because I think the biggest thing where people fall short is they get excited and they get motivated for a week or so and then they drop off. And one of the things that I've implemented in my coaching practice is I've developed a 6-week mindset course to give people tools and strategies. I'd be really interested now to hear your take on what you do every day and how it kind of resonates with what I'm trying to do with the course as well. So take it away.
I can give you a prime example for today. So I had a late night last night. I got home at about midnight, and for probably the last month or so, I've been getting up almost every morning, including weekends, and going for a run, walk, jog, whatever you want to call it.
What time?
About 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's freezing.
For that, especially in winter, you have to have a certain fire in you to do that.
I do my cardio in the morning and this is why it's a prime example, because I have not felt it today, but doing my run in the morning really sincerely sets me up for the day. It gets my mood going. I feel good having had done it, and today where I didn't, just felt really lax all day. So getting up and doing that first and foremost is my motivation. And I guess what drives it the most is being able to see my progression. So I've never been a runner. Struggled to run 100 meters, if that. I used to avoid doing the school run in high school where we had to go and run around Princess Park. And during the 12-week challenge that I did, where I was doing anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes of sprints every day, that really ignited my passion for running. Mad crazy for sprints. And then I just started piecing it together. And I set myself a goal last year of being able to run 5Ks, and I did it. And then since then, I've just been rolling with it and challenging myself, getting faster. I did the 5Ks on the treadmill, and one of my goals this year was to be comfortable and confident in running outside, and that's exactly what I've done. So I can tick that off my box for the year.
Good on you. And how long can you do the 5Ks in? You timed yourself?
About 40 minutes.
It's good. It's actually quite good. So good pace. Are you listening to music or anything motivational while you're running?
Have to listen to music. If I don't have music, I feel so lost. I like to listen to a lot of deep house music because I like to run to the beat.
Love deep house. Yeah.
My best mates are DJs, so I know all about beats per minute and everything. And deep house has a beats per minute of about 130, which is a good steady state cardio rate. So that's the sort of music that I listen to in the morning.
Yeah, I find deep house takes me to another place. So
yep.
Especially if I'm in Bali, in the hotel overlooking the beach, or just reminds me of summer. So I think I can connect deep house and just positivity. Summer.
Yeah. Yeah. So I listen to that and just gets me going. Different podcasts, different DJs, sets me up.
Yeah, good girl. Okay, so anything else? Are you reading anything? Are you listening to any motivational speakers online? Sort of, I suppose, are you subscribe to anyone on YouTube that you may be following, anything like that?
Yeah. So as I said, I believe in spiritualism. I listen to, well, actually, I meditate every night in bed. I will just lie there and listen to meditation on YouTube. I think his name is like Jason Sutherland or something.
Okay.
And he does a lot of YouTube videos that literally are guided meditation videos. I was listening to one the other night about positive mindset and changing the way that you think. I believe that if you fall asleep during meditation, then it's done its job, because those thoughts and what they're actually speaking about does sink in.
Yeah.
I
often fall asleep.
And I've been doing that for probably the last 6 weeks or so. But I've kind of meditated on and off throughout the last 6 years or so.
Yeah, cool. There's also another very good app called Headspace. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have.
Have you done it?
I haven't, no. My best mate swears by it.
Yeah.
It is one that I keep meaning to download. I just keep forgetting to. Yeah. And I got told about another one the other day called something like Here, Stop, Breathe or something, okay. Which I want to look into as well.
Yeah, so Headspace, obviously I'm not endorsed by them or anything like that, but Headspace, they have a free version and they have a paid version. So I actually, I did the free version for a while, then I actually paid the full version for the year, and you get different courses that you can do, whether it's say anger management or stress or focus, whatever you want. And they have a series of audios in each course that you can do, whether it's say 10, and you can choose to do 5, 10, 15, 20-minute meditations. And I find more often than not, I'm asleep by, before it ends. So, and it just ends up being a very restful sleep. So knocked out completely. So good.
And I couldn't agree more, in the sense that sleep is so imperative, especially where I am training twice a day realistically. Sleep is the one thing that I need to make sure that I'm getting enough of. So where I have been meditating, I fall asleep within the first 10, maybe maximum 15 minutes, and it's a solid sleep. And I more often than not wake up before my alarm. So my body is in tune with this circadian rhythm. And I think where you do have this rhythm, you're less likely to fail.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know all about that, being in a positive, or being from a negative to a positive mindset, and the challenges you've had to face in order to get to where you are today. So, and you definitely do shine a beacon of light now. And I was drawn to you personally in the gym from very early days, and I was watching on from a distance and thinking, good on her for what she's doing. So if only everybody could take I suppose, a page out of her book and do half of what she does, they'd be well and truly on their way to living a much better life. So well done, my love. Well done.
I'll be completely honest with you. The night of the gala, after I got off stage after winning for the club, I was on the escalator going downstairs, and I actually started crying for the fact that, knowing I had just won a transformation challenge. I placed 3rd in the state. And 18 months ago, I was sitting at close to 150 kilos.
There you go.
It's just insane. It has not been easy, and I don't negate the work that other people do. But if you really have a goal, if you really have something that you're working towards, then you will go hell for leather to achieve it. And that's exactly what I've done.
Yeah. And what's interesting too, Jessy, is that it really took a traumatic experience for it to really kick into gear. I think if you didn't have that falling out with your friends at work, and correct me if I'm wrong, that I don't know that it would have really, I don't know that the penny would have dropped for you as hard as it did. What do you,
No,
am I right and wrong or wrong in saying that, or?
no. When I had cut out a lot of people in my life, and I truly, for probably the first time in my life where I was living out of home, I had to learn to stand on my own 2 feet. And if I hadn't have done that, I don't know the situation I would be in now.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah, blessings really do come in funny ways. I think the universe has a funny way of helping us. But yeah, there's always that moment of pain and discomfort and ugliness and hitting rock bottom and everything to just come out like a butterfly, basically, just reborn pretty much. So,
Before I went skydiving in February this year,
yeah,
my best mate sent me a clip of Will Smith explaining what it's like to go skydiving. And there is a quote that resonated with me that I use as much as I can. And Will Smith says that skydiving is like the greatest thing in the world, because on the other side of ultimate fear is absolute bliss.
I've heard really good things about skydiving. I've heard, yeah, my partner actually works with a girl who skydives every weekend, and I think
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. But
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I don't know that I have the guts to do it personally. There's always that 1% chance the chute won't open, but I take my hat off to anyone that can do it, and I think good on them. You know what I mean? Like that, letting go completely. If you can skydive and put your life in the hands of somebody else, I think you have a pretty good chance of doing just about anything in life. So,
stepping outside my comfort zone was the biggest challenge that I had to overcome. And I actually skydived 2 weeks into the 12-week challenge, and
yeah,
look at what I did.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Got third top of the state, yeah.
Third for the state, and I won for the club.
Yeah. And how much weight did you lose in the challenge?
12.5.
Yeah.
For me, though, it wasn't so much about the number. Yeah. Yes, it's a great result. It's still, a kilo a week, but the strength, the ability, and how much I actually pushed myself, to me, that was more rewarding.
Yeah, 100%. It's set the wheels in motion, no doubt. So what's the long-term goal?
So right now I'm in training for plastic surgery, where I actually go back and see my surgeon in 2 weeks to book in my surgery date. Yep. The overall goal.
Do you have any idea? Sorry? Do you have any idea of how long the surgery will be? Like how long it will be?
The recovery.
Not the recovery, the actual
procedure.
Yeah.
I think it's about 6 hours.
Not the duration, but when you go see your surgeon, do you have any idea of how long you'll have to wait until you get your surgery done?
I've got leave booked at the end of July and August, and when I last saw him, he seemed fairly confident that he'd be able to get me in then. So
yeah.
I've got about a month. I'm so excited because I'm finally going to be able to have the body that not only that I've worked so hard for, but the body that I've envisioned and longed for so long, and in the eyes of society fit into a norm. But I'm more excited than anything to just get to that point. Then after that, it sounds really corny, but with the 12-week challenge, I fell so in love with fitness that once I've recovered and I've healed and I'm on the mend and everything, and I get the all clear from my surgeon, the sky's the limit, and I'm so excited to see how much further my body can transform.
100%. All right. So, tell the audience, I guess, why did you decide to then just to join Divine Physiques, and how has your experience been in the short time so far?
When I did the 12-week challenge, I probably spent on average maybe 20 hours in the gym in the week. And so when you spend so much time in one place and you see different people training and you see different trainers and their styles and the way in which that they interact with their clients, I could see that you had every intention for wanting the best for all of your clients. Where I didn't end up having the best outcome with my trainer towards the end of it, I knew that you had the empathy and understanding of what it takes to actually be committed to your clients. And that's something that I needed in the last 4 weeks more than anything. But I fell in love with boxing. I knew you were a psychotic boxer, so I was like, yep, no, she's the one for me.
Cool. All right. Well, that's definitely good to know. But yeah, totally 100%, 200% dedicated to my clients, as they know. I do sacrifice a lot of my own personal time to give back to my clients in a big way, because like yourself, I've had a journey as well. We've all got a story, one that I'm sort of yet to fully express openly, I guess, but it's enough to have given me a career in helping people and making sure that they can break through their limitations and see that the sky is the limit. But yeah, again, very honoured to have you on board, because I think, especially in a commercial gym, it's very rare that you come across a person that is so self-driven and determined. And I really hope that you can lead and inspire our camp. And I hope that this interview today has inspired not one, but many people, whoever comes across this video, be that today or in months and years to come, when we're all famous on YouTube. So yeah, I'm super excited as a coach to take you now to the next level and further, further your lifting knowledge, make you a fierce boxer, and just increase your confidence through the roof and give you I suppose, a sisterly bond where you feel like you can definitely depend on somebody. Sounds like you have been, I suppose, let down by people in the past, and haven't we all? And I think if you have one raving fan that can truly believe in you and your journey, I think that sort of outweighs just having sort of 10 people looking on the sidelines kind of cheering you on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it from me. Is there anything else that you kind of want to add?
Not really. I'm excited, nervous, and scared all at the same time, more than anything.
Yeah.
Getting a new trainer, it in some sense is just as hard as getting a new hairdresser, because you're instilling a lot of trust and faith in them. But no, I'm excited.
Yeah. I understand the anxiety. Every trainer has their own way of doing things, and you can get sort of stuck in your ways. And I've experienced the same thing when I go to new trainers. I've always got a trainer. I've got a trainer on hand, but at the start I had a bit of resistance towards him. But he's honestly been the best thing that ever happened to me, and for me personally, and for my business growth as well. So when you obviously came to that person for a reason, and I suppose
Absolutely.
trust. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I just want to thank everyone for watching today. And Jessy, where can people find you if they want to follow you on social media?
At Jessy Whit on Instagram. I've got a Facebook page, which is Jessy's Journey. Snapchat, Jessy Whit, as always. Awesome. I talk a lot of shit, so I apologise in advance.
Hey, you're just being yourself at the end of the day. You're not sort of editing your videos. You're just saying it as it is. And you know what? People love that. Yeah? So
Exactly.
You do you, girl. Okay, I will link those Jessy's Facebook, Instagram, all her socials down below. So go ahead and click if you guys are interested in coaching, please also look at the link below. But thank you very much, Jessy, for your time. And
Thank you, Amanda.
I'll see you around in the gym. And for everybody else, take care, and we will talk to you soon.